I like anime conventions too.
Really?
Gee Willikers, that sounds like a plum good story.
Would you cosplay?
Chris, I'm gonna need that drink that you promised me.
Of course.
Okay, so one time at that ward, there was a really aggressive girl whose name sounded like mahogany, but it was spelled in an ethnic way, and she had like anger issues. She just came to our ward and we were trying to be nice to her. She flipped upside down the really heavy ass day room chairs. They make them heavy so you don't fuck with them. And she and a few other girls, one of the girls set off the alarm and then she barricaded herself in the day room with a giant sofa, and she stacked up 2 sofas. And then she put baby lotion on the cameras, and then she put tissues on the cameras so they couldn't see her. And they like almost had to call the SWAT team. And because I was one of the only girls on the ward who wasn't like protesting, they sent me to go hang out with the little boys unit, which was like ages 6 to 12. So I literally just went and played kickball with them.
Oh, I just wrote songs.
And then afterwards, the girls who didn't protest, like after they like figured it out and they punished them, or I don't really know. It was figured out somehow, and then the girls who didn't protest got to have pizzas in a movie, so I kind of felt like a scab because it was a protest, right? And that's basically the whole story, but it was fun to hang out with the little boys for a day instead of being in the craziness. And I think that's basically the end of the story. I hope it was okay.
That sounds like a wholesome asylum.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
It was all badass.
I get so nervous.
That's all good, son.
Let's give it up for Summer.
Yes.
I got a story.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think if I should tell her or not.
Right.
Oh, that story.
Not that one. Not
Oh.
that one. Alright. When I was a kid, feel free to laugh, by the way.
Okay.
I had a stepfather.
Okay.
The name Ernie is a pretty funny name for a child.
How do you spell it?
E-R-N-I-E. How do you think you spell it?
I
Why does it
somehow
even
thought
matter?
there was a U.
Why does it even matter? I'm staring into the black saucers here. But that's why I didn't want to call Megan. Where's Megan? I said I wouldn't call you Bert when I first came in. It's fine now. It's like an OCD thing, but I don't like Bert and Ernie. And when I had a therapist as a teenager, when I talked to this therapist, I went into the details of it, and I wouldn't call him Ernie. I would call him Ernest. I didn't want to call him Ernie because that was the main fixation, was that I'm going to get made fun of for getting my ass kicked by this fucking guy named Ernie. And Pete, what are you hovering for?
Nothing, I'm just hiding here.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Take a hike. Fucking bozo. I'm telling a real story. Go in another room. Fuck off. This is an actual story, not some fucking bit, you dumb fuck. I'm not gonna.
No,
You're good. You're good.
I'm sorry.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Robot. Stepfather, and people ask me where my character, how do you make this wacky character? Oh, you're with this wacky guy. And in real life, I'm not really that wacky of a guy, but the character is based on this fucking guy, man. He would have these low moments and these high moments. And the low moments, he was like super paranoid. He'd be taping over the windows. He'd be putting tinfoil over the windows. He had like, it was a funny cinema gear thing. He would get black foil, which is like a filmmaker thing. He would get the black foil, like a filmmaker foil, to cover over the windows and tape over it. And he would say he was like a proto-conspiracy theorist. He was a conspiracy theorist. He was an actual conspiracy theorist. But this was before QAnon. This was before like cool conspiracy theories. So he would just say like, they know about JFK. Like, it was just like boomer. They know all about JFK. They knew about it since day one. Like boomer. And that's his lows. He would be paranoid. And then his highs, he would be like, I'm the god in the mountaintop. I've invented the hydrogen car. They're gonna. It was still paranoid, but it was like, I'm the one. I'm the top of the. So anyway, those lows and highs, that's where I sort of based this character that I do on. And then the middle part was when I would get my ass kicked. He would, the thing he would do, he would sit me in a chair and he would shine a halogen light, an incandescent light in my face. Yeah. And anytime people have asked me, do stage lights bother you? Anytime, I was like, no, I've had much worse. He would shine this hot egg frying lamp in my face. And he had guns everywhere. He had guns everywhere. And one of his guns that he had, it's not 70s period correct, but it was a Ruger P95. And it was an all black gun. And it's a 9mm. And I remember that because he would say, when I kill the cops, you take their bullets to kill their brothers. He was going to take the ammunition off the police, which is funny because he ultimately died from heart disease. He didn't go out shooting, but he was ready to go out shooting. He would sit me down. He would tap me in the head with this thing. He wouldn't tap me in the head. He would hit me in the head. It's like a 3 or 4 pound piece of metal. So he'd be hitting me in the head like this. What are you gonna do, tough guy? What are you gonna do, huh? And my head would lump up, and we would go at it for 45 minutes. And I would see white spots sometimes. And my mom would ask what we did, and he'd say, we were playing a game. We were playing a game. We were just playing a game. And this is why I have no problem like making fun of my mom publicly. So my mom would go, oh, that's nice. The end. That's it. That's what I like. Nothing happened. Like nothing happened.
Oh, bitch.
Sorry that
You
happened,
didn't
man.
deserve to be hit in the head like that.
Well, anyway, he would tell me that it was loaded, and sometimes there would be bullets in it, and you could tell from the weight, or at least when I was like 12 and 13, I would imagine I could tell from the weight of the gun whether or not it was loaded. And the one time he had it loaded up, and he said, "Today I'm going to do it." What do you think that means?
You did it?
No, not like pull the trigger when it's in my head.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
yeah, and so he's hitting me in the head with this thing for 40 minutes, and the fucking gun, he pulls the trigger and it fucking jams.
Whoa,
Yeah,
dude.
and he says, "You lucky son of a bitch!"
That's horrible.
Yeah, and that was the last time he did it. I was like end of 13, maybe 14.
You're so young.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Dude.
Do that.
yeah,
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Trauma dump.
yeah. Sorry about that. There you go.
It was
No, we
good.
do it all the time.
Thank you for sharing.
I mean, I do.
Story time.
I have a funny
Judge.
story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bother.
I gotta go downstairs for a minute. I'll be back. Vance, let's get out of here.